When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and...
Stop it! I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this.
What's good, mind speakers? Welcome to another episode of THiNK, where I talk about whatever comes to my mind because that's just how my fucking brain works. Ready? Let's go. So I was gonna start with something else, but fuck it, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Nicki Minaj videos. Let's talk about Chun and Barbie Tingz. Let's get Barbie Tingz out of the way. Because Barbie Tingz, like, whatever. Like, not whatever. I get what she was trying to do, but when you put that out with Chun, it has no space to breathe. So let's go over Barbie Tingz real quick. Cute video. We saw most of the looks already through both promo pictures and behind the scenes footage, so it really wasn't that surprising. I will say that the point of the Barbie Tingz video was to basically throw shade at Atlantic, I'm gonna say, and probably Atlantic, and everyone else who's trying to recreate the Nicki Minaj model via female rappers. That's what it was about, and that's what the song's about, and I think it carried that over great. However, because I've only watched that video once, but I've watched Chun-Li like 9 times for a couple of different reasons. So let's go over just the general, the beginning. Video starts out, there's a gong, and there's a Chinese symbol there, so I'm already like, oh no. Oh no, because I know the cultural appropriation police are about to be out, but we'll get there. So she goes off into this monologue and she says, I knew you'd come. Somehow I just knew you'd find me. Not knowing where I was or when I was coming back drove you crazy. I kept my spies on you though. I didn't like what they reported back. I thought you were smarter than that. You had to have known that this was strategically designed architecture that only I have the preprint for. Nevertheless, you took the bait. Now, I don't know who she's talking about. I don't know whether she's talking about some albums that have been released recently, but all I'm gonna say is Nicki Minaj don't just say shit for no reason. She ain't that type of person. So whatever that's at, I don't really know what's about to happen. So the video's going on. She's got tons of different looks. I'm like, you know what? Yes, yes, yes. Why? Because this is what I've wanted. This video gave me the influences that I've seen in Nicki Minaj all along, which is Missy Elliott and Lisa Left Eye Lopez. This is such like a Missy Elliott looking dark concept, and she's like ticking around like Lisa Left Eye Lopez in the No Scrubs video. This is what I want. This is what I've always seen for Nicki in her future. And the best part about this thing is people don't even realize that Chun-Li was supposed to be a buzz single. It was officially finished the night before its release. It wasn't even something that was supposed to be a part of this release. Barbie Tingz was supposed to be the lead single. This isn't even the punch because she's got some other shit in the stash that we'll probably get later on this month that's supposed to fuck the world up. This video is giving me all types of video game imagery. Like the song is named Chun-Li after Chun-Li from Street Fighter, and then the video is giving me Mortal Kombat. She looks like Katana. She's ticking around like Devora, Melina. She actually does look like Tanya. And she took all of that and she made this into a story that was about what's going on in her career right now. And I love that. If you watch Marvel's Iron Fist, it gives me like the Iron Fist running around Hell's Kitchen defeating the Hand, you know what I mean? The people from Kung Lun. That's what I'm getting from this video, and that's why I love the video. But I see the cultural appropriation police are trying to now fight at Nicki, and they actually just did it to SZA over the Doves in the Wind video, which is also like a Kung Fu movie because of Kung Fu Kenny and Kendrick Lamar. He does that whole thing. So here's what I'm gonna say. A lot of the people that are saying Nicki is appropriating Asian culture, you just want to clock a black woman for using another culture's imagery. However, you can't tell me exactly what is being appropriated here. If you wanted to come to me and saying Nicki Minaj is appropriating Chinese culture, then that opens up a conversation. But you just saying Asian culture, Chinese culture is not Japanese culture, it's not Indian culture, it's not Thai culture, it's not Vietnamese culture, it's not Korean culture. They are all different. So you can't all lump them together in the first place. But because I'm gonna say this about SZA too, in both of these videos, I do not see any form of erasure. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of people just want to clock black women for this in these 2 videos specifically because black women are loud about cultural appropriation because of erasure. People take things from black women and don't cite black women as a source. Will not have one black dancer in a video but all doing black dances. Kim Kardashian and Khloe Kardashian taking plaits and calling them boxer braids or Bo Derek braids and giving this white woman credit when it's clearly inspired by black women. That is appropriation. And intentionally erasing the history as to where things come from, that is appropriation. I feel like Chinese people were represented in both of those videos. We don't get representation when things are taken from us a lot of the times. We don't. And a lot of people think that Nicki doesn't understand cultural appropriation. Here's an interview where she does talk about it.
I think black women are held to higher standards. A lot of pop culture takes from black culture and oftentimes doesn't really say they got it from Black culture. You know, magazines are acting like they're just being done for the first time because it's on a white woman's head or it's on a white woman's body. And you have to get used to living in a world that doesn't even acknowledge that you did certain things.
And my last thing, I know y'all want black people to only be black and that just is what it is. But due to slavery, which we're gonna talk about, Kanye, we are a lot of things. We encompass the gamut of a lot. We will always be Black Americans. Nicki knows what it's like to be Black American. She knows what it's like to be Trinidadian. And when you're Trinidadian, you do have Asian roots. So I know you guys don't want her to occupy that space, but she also does. I love the video. I thought it was tastefully done. If she stepped over the line, I would tell you. But the truth of the matter is, I grew up standing Dragon Ball Z. I grew up loving Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I grew up on Bruce Lee movies. One of the first black people I saw in a karate movie was William from Enter the Dragon. Like, that shit that I love, and you can pay homage to those things without erasing the culture. And I just don't feel like erasure is present here. So, apparently Blac Chyna is pregnant by her 18-year-old boyfriend, YBN Almighty J, who is apparently a rapper when he's not at Sunday school. All I'm gonna say about that is, I don't know if that is true, because if you think from your internal Joanne the Scammer, does it make sense for you to have a child with somebody that you're probably gonna have to pay child support? No, it doesn't. That's why I don't think it's true. Because Blac Chyna's been out for a while, probably around 10 years. She's got a couple businesses. Y'all underestimate club money. When people go out to host clubs, they make a lot of money. I think that she's worth more money than YBN Almighty J. So if that is the case and she ends up having a baby by him and he takes her to court, she's at a loss. I just don't see it. But if she's gonna have the baby and they're gonna be together, congratulations. She can make a peanut butter jelly sandwich for him along with Dream and King if that's really what she wants to do. I just don't give a shit. Let's talk about Kanye again, which I didn't want to, but I feel like it's necessary. The interview with Charlamagne came out, right? Which, let's give Charlamagne his props. Charlamagne did a good job at interviewing Kanye, and here's why I say that. He structured the interview as a conversation, so he let Kanye get whatever he wanted out. And when Kanye was finished explaining some of his fucked up logic, Charlamagne would hit him with a point, just one point. Like when they were outside and Kanye had finished saying something about Trump, and Charlamagne said, "I'm hard pressed to believe that your mother would love Trump. I do not believe your mother would love Trump." And he just got silent. He had a lot of answers until Charlamagne said something that made sense, and then all of a sudden he'd say, "I don't have all the answers. I don't have the answers that a celebrity should have." This is how I see what Kanye is doing, right? Because a lot of the interview was fashion mumbo jumbo and a bunch of shit I don't give a fuck about. There's a lot that Kanye does not know, he does not understand, but he speaks from a place like he does know. And because he's on a platform and he has a voice that counts, we treat him as if he should know. But the reality of the situation is he is so far removed from us, he does not understand. And he thinks that he's advancing the culture with this new free-thinking rhetoric, but he's not really free-thinking because he's not saying anything that we have not heard before. This is not a new perspective on life, on politics. He is echoing conservative sentiments. And because those sentiments got Trump into office, he said himself, "Donald Trump getting into the office made me feel like I could do it." Which basically means Trump brought the bar so low that if he could do it, it's a piece of cake for me. But it's not gonna happen. Everything that was discussed, they discussed therapy. He does not go to therapy, which, I mean, I would consider. They discussed medications. I believe he said that he doesn't take them very often, or, you know, he doesn't take them as often as he's supposed to, which also could be part of the problem. But that interview was done mid-April. He has already done all this fuck shit on top of that interview, so this interview was kind of null and void. But before I could even finish that interview, Kanye goes to TMZ. And when Kanye went to TMZ, everything went left. We heard him talking about Trump is my brother, and I wish TMZ would stop exploiting him, but they are. And here's what I mean by exploiting. We all saw Van Lathan get that shining moment in being able to tell Kanye, you know, everything. And I'm a conspiracy theorist. TMZ exploited Kanye. They had Van parked all the way back there. There was a camera waiting back there with Van. His mic was on. All of it was just too like, because not everybody in that TMZ office is mic'd. Everything was set up for Van to stand up and deliver that to Kanye. And although what he said needed to be heard by Kanye and by the world, that was orchestrated by TMZ to just put Kanye in a bad situation, which is why I don't know why he keeps doing this. But for him to say that slavery is a mentality, that also echoes this conservative sentiment that black people just need to get over slavery. And that is annoying. They have this rhetoric that black people have a victimology complex. And I'm like, no, we do not have a victimology victimology complex, but what we're not gonna do is ignore that the effects of slavery are still with us today. We still have the broken home. Colorism is a huge problem. Young black people are struggling to learn financial literacy so bad that there are financial literacy classes, because generationally we've never really had money. A lot of masculinity and homophobia complexes in the black community, and especially the islands, come from a system called breaking the buck, where male slaves were sodomized by masters. Black people have single-handedly funded millions and billions of dollars into Ancestry DNA and 23andMe to find out who they really are, because our original cultures and religions were taken from us. And if you want to really get into it, there's a study called epigenetics, which is basically how we genetically inherit trauma. When a woman is born, she's born with all of the eggs that she has. And if that is the case, we were all in our grandparents' womb. So a lot of our grandparents were in the womb of a woman who was enslaved. And so yes, genetically, a lot of us have inherited that, and we were raised by people who have had to deal with that, including Kanye. And the large block of time that slavery did last, we have not equaled that in freedom yet. So there are effects. So I don't want to hear everyone saying that black people just have an inferiority complex. No, we do have the ability to succeed, and we do have the ability to take accountability when it is needed to be taken care of. But no, we're not gonna ignore the effects of slavery. They're still here and they're present today, and I really don't give a shit what conservative is gonna tell me not to. And that's why Kanye's rhetoric is destructive. It's because he's telling people that want to hear that from us, he's telling them that. He's confirming their suspicions, and it's wrong. And now after that, T.I., who did a whole song with the nigga, was like, wait, what? Oh, that's crazy. And Chance the Rapper got thanked by Donald Trump, and he was like, whoa, wait, what? That wasn't it. Yeah, that was the problem. Now you know. Fucking dingus. So Kash Doll recently came out and said that before the song She Bad featuring YG was on Cardi's album Invasion of Privacy, that it was once in her hands. She then shared her version of it on Instagram Live. Check the clip.
Okay. She bad, that's facts. They mad, too bad. My sauce too thick. My shit from scratch. My pussy is fat. My ass it match. My bank account is bigger than that in a Porsche. But of course, thoroughbred, that's a horse. I'ma make these bitches love me. I ain't leaving them a choice. Either Gucci or Chanel, yeah, cause they're my kind of toys. If it ain't about that, then kill that noise. I ain't frontin' when I say I'm making major moves. They ask me how I do it, I tell them better than you. Even niggas on the west know that I'm the truth. I'm the shit, even YG know I got that juice.
Now the flows are very similar, we gotta call it what it is. And Kash Doll did a great job on the song. And she did say, my thighs, they match. And Cardi B has a line on it that says, Shawty says it's all hers while her thighs don't match. And I don't believe in coincidence. Sorry, I don't. Dreezy also said that, oh damn, he tried to get me on that song too. A lot of people don't understand how the industry works, so y'all are like, Cardi B stole the song, da-da. No, that's not how it works. Songs are worked around sometimes to tons of different artists before they get to the person that ends up with the song. We saw that with Truffle Butter with Nicki when Tyga was like, oh, that was my song and it was called All White. No, it's not your song. That's not how it works, and you were taken off. So, but what I'm gonna say is this, because when I said that song and the majority of the Cardi album sounds like songs that were done by other people that were given to her to put a verse on, I got called a hater, like I was hating on the girl. I'm not hating on the girl, that is the truth. She Bad is YG and DJ Mustard. We know that story already. That's exactly what I said. So it does not surprise me that that was a done song that they were trying to find a girl for, and they sold it over to Cardi. And that is what it is. That's cool, because she has the most clout. I mean, you want the most bang for your buck, you're gonna go with Cardi B, regardless of the verse quality. But Cardi didn't lie about that. Cardi said when she was asked about it, she said, yeah, they presented the song to me, and I was like, oh, dope. And I just got on it.
How did that song come together?
They presented to me the song of him. He did his hook. That's his hook. He picked the beat and everything, and it's like, I want this song for me. So I just did my verses, and it's like he liked it, and it's like, can I have it?
You know what I mean? She never lied. So people attacking her like she lied, I'm not buying that. That's just what happens with music. But y'all ain't gonna tell me that that's not how that album came about, because we're slowly but surely it's unfolding that that's how a lot of that album came about, which is what I said in my review. I'm not hating, that's just what I saw, and now that's what y'all know. Sorry. Queen Robin Rihanna Fenty did a spread for Vogue in which she tackled a couple things. Let's talk about how Rihanna is a whole mogul. Like, Rihanna has said, okay, let's see what women are unrepresented where. There are dark-skinned women who are not represented in makeup, and extremely fair-skinned women who are not represented in makeup. Let's make a shade for everyone. And then in her lingerie line, she has larger sizes for bigger women to be in lingerie. She is so smart in what she is doing, and her brand is kind of looking like, I don't care who you are, what you look like, if you are wearing a Rihanna product, you are going to feel like a bad bitch like Rihanna. And that is the point, and people are buying into it, and it is so smart. But what she said was, for the next album, she wants to do a reggae album. Yes, a whole album full of rude boys and man downs and no love allouds, I'm here for it. Because those are the songs that I love from Rihanna more than anything anyway. She fits perfectly, her voice fits perfectly. This album is going to be a fucking smash. She also spoke about Drake, and she spoke about the VMAs where Drake professed his love for her on the VMA stage when he gave her that, I think it was the Video Vanguard Award or something like that. And I remember he bought her billboards all around LA that said like, congratulations, Rihanna love OVO or some shit. And when she spoke about it in the interview, she said, the VMAs is such a fan-focused award show, so having the energy around me and knowing people who had received the award in the past made it feel like a big deal. Waiting through that speech was probably the most uncomfortable part. I don't like too many compliments. I don't like to be put on blast. When I asked about the current state of their friendship, she said, we don't have a friendship now, but we're not enemies either. It is what it is. So, two water signs don't ever belong together, and Drake is extra water. Drake is a Scorpio sun, Cancer moon. No, Scorpios and Pisces don't belong together. It's too many emotions. Both of them want to give each other everything and receive nothing. That don't work. And that's exactly what that looked like, is that it just wasn't supposed to work. So they were what they were, but there's nothing there now. And we will always have What's My Name, we will always have Take Care, and we will always have Work. And something tells me if she breaks up with the nigga she's with now, we're gonna get some new music. They make great music together. But what I do know is Drake's album was probably turned in, but you can't tell me he's not in the booth right now recording some sad, sing-songy Marvin's Room shit. This album is about to be filled with just angsty passion. The Drake album's gonna be fire now. Thank you, Rihanna, for giving us some sad Drake on this album. I felt like this album was gonna be very happy looking at God's Plan and Nice for What, but this shit? Nope, we gonna get some tears now, baby. Anyway, let's move it along to put you on. As usual, if you have any songs you want to put me on, leave it in the comment box below. Hit me up on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. I'm everywhere at 20 Days of June. You'll find me there talking shit. Anyway, two of the songs I'm putting you on today come from Bridget Kelly's new project, Reality Bites. And if you don't know who Bridget Kelly is, she used to be signed to Roc Nation. I don't really know what happened with that. Apparently, she lucked up on Love and Hip Hop at one point, so I don't know how much damage was done to her perception on that show because I didn't watch it. But French are great songs. In the Gray is a great song about a situationship, not knowing where you stand type shit. I love the songs, they're great. So go check those two out. Let me know how you feel about them in the comment box below, and let me know what you're listening to in the comment box below as well. Anyway, that's it for another Put You On. I feel like this one was short, but to tell you the truth, I'm hot and I can't wait to turn my AC back on. So as usual, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If not, suck a dick, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Deuce. It's a skip. It's a skip. That's a skip. Oh, that's a skip.